YouTube. Hey guys, welcome back. It has been a minute. I've been enjoying life. I had Elijah Mack, and today I wanted to tell you guys my delivery story. So let's get started. Okay, so it was intense, it was beautiful, it was fast, and it kind of felt like it took forever too. But I really did enjoy myself, and the hospital that I delivered at, it did the best that they could do. So this is what happened. The night before I actually delivered, I was having really bad contractions, but sometimes they were close together and sometimes they were far apart. So it was kind of like, dude, am I going into labor or am I not? That night, I had this app on my phone and I was trying to time how far apart they were. Eric took me to the emergency room, I want to say like at 9 o'clock or like 8:30. They took me right on upstairs to labor and delivery. At this time, I'm having the contractions, but they're still far enough apart to where I can like relax. I'm not in constant pain. The nurse, she like hooks me up to all the stuff and she's trying to monitor how close my contractions are. So they noticed that they weren't that close. So she's like, okay, Destiny, we're gonna have you walk around the hospital for an hour or something, you know, just to get you active and to get you like moving and stuff so that, you know, your baby can come faster and you can have an easier delivery. You know, the more active you are, the easier your delivery is. So I'm walking, me and Eric are just walking, and Aubrey, she's knocked out. So Eric's holding Aubrey and my stomach's all huge and we're just walking like around the whole entire hospital. They realized that my contractions still weren't as close as they'd like them to be, and I think I was only about 4 centimeters dilated. So they sent me back home. I went home and I could not sleep. I was up every single hour after that, so I knew that it was getting close. Eric and Aubrey were asleep in the bed and I stayed up. I probably slept for like 3 hours. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I got up and I just went downstairs and I'm having these contractions. So in between when I can breathe, because the contractions will go and they'll get really, really strong, and then they'll go down, and then the pain will get less and less, and then they'll stop. And so in between those times where they stopped, I would go around and I would clean up the house and I would try to just get my mind off of the next contraction because they were starting to get extremely painful. When I say extremely painful, I mean crucial. Sorry not to scare you guys out there who haven't had kids, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. I was cleaning up and then I have like this big huge yoga ball because as time goes on, I want to say now it's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. As time goes on, they're just getting more and more intense. So I'm sitting on my yoga ball and I'm YouTubing videos on how to ease the pain for contractions. I find this lady, she's like sitting on her yoga ball and she's bouncing, trying to bring the baby down. Like, let's get this process started. Son, hurry up and come out. So I'm like sitting there and I'm like bouncing on the ball and the contractions just get worse, and I'm doing this all the way until 9 o'clock in the morning. So Eric wakes up and he comes downstairs and I'm like, whew, like having really, at this point, oh my God, like, worst pain that I've ever experienced at this. So like they say that it's time to go in if you cannot talk while you're having a contraction. So there were times where he's like asking me questions like, is this one a really bad one? And I'm just like, don't say anything to me because I just need to get through this contraction so, you know, I can breathe. So we end up packing up and going to the hospital. The car ride there was literally horrible because, you know, you don't want to do too much moving. You just want to lay there and be still and let the contraction pass. So Eric's like driving like, and I'm like, oh, you know, pretty much like dying because my contractions are so bad and the car is bumping all over the place. So we finally end up getting to the hospital and they admit me and they check me and they see how far dilated I am. At this point, I think I'm like 4 centimeters or 4.5 centimeters, almost 5. So you have to get to 10. So I was basically halfway there. They hooked me up, they did everything fast. My mom comes, like my family's coming. And you guys, this was the best part because when I was in labor with Aubrey, I only had my mom there. I didn't get to have my sisters and my brothers and all of that because we lived in Washington when my husband was in the military. So, you know, everybody couldn't just pack up and fly to Washington. So it was just really beautiful having like, you know, my sisters and my brothers and my niece and my nephew and, you know, just like my whole entire family there. So I was happy. Okay, so this is the crazy part. I'm all hooked up to everything. Now it's epidural time. I was for sure getting that epidural. I ain't playing no game. I ain't the one. Guy comes in and he has this mustache, like, you know, the ones that curl up like that. And I'm looking at him like, you're gonna do my epidural. Okay, whatever. Anyways, just hurry up and do it. He's like getting everything ready. And I'm like, I'm still in pain. I'm still having my contractions as this is all happening. So he's getting ready to like shove the little tube thing in my back. As he's doing that, it's just hurting. I can literally feel every click going into my spine, like as he's like pushing that little tube in there. That hurt really bad. And then he's like doing it for a long time. And I'm thinking, I don't remember it taking this long with Aubrey. Like when I had my epidural, that lady just went whoop and that was it, you know? This guy's like shoving it in there, and then he's like, uh-oh, or something like that, and I'm like, what? And he's like, I have to take it out and put it back in. So just hang on, bear with me. I'm like, what? Like, you know, I'm literally like, now I'm stressed out. Now I'm actually like drama queen central. He finally gets it in there, tapes it up or whatever, and then I get to lay back down, and then he starts putting the epidural through the tube. You know, he starts pumping it so that it can go in. You know, it starts feeling good. I got the morphine going. So at this point, I'm starting to feel good. You know, my legs are numb, and I'm like, you know, a little woohoo. I don't feel any contractions. The epidural really helped. Ooh, lifesaver, epidural. Not kidding. So at this point, I'm dilating more, and I get up to like 8.5 centimeters, and then I start to be able to feel my feet, and like my toes are wiggling. I'm like, you guys, why can I feel my feet? Am I being able to wiggle my toes? So I asked my nurse, and she's like, oh, you know what, hang on, let me call in the anesthesiologist and ask him what's going on here. So he's like, he comes in, guy with the mustache, comes in like, checking me out, checking my back, make sure it's in there. He checks again, and he realizes that the tube that is supposed to be going in to my back where the medicine's coming in is not going in. It's dripping on the bed. So the medicine stopped. Who knows how long it was stopping for, but it stopped, and I wasn't getting any of it. And I'm getting ready to deliver my child. So at this point, I'm so angry. I'm like, you know what? Why did this clown come in here, put this epidural in my back, and I'm not even getting the epidural? You know, like, you know, mom mode, and I'm like just tripping out. But then I realized it was making me a little too high and too fuzzy anyway. I was starting to get dizzy, and I was just like, it was just too much. So I kind of looked at it as a blessing, because if I would have continued getting that, who would have known what would have happened? Like maybe I would have been too high to push my kid out, or maybe I would have been, you know, just too dizzy or too sick or something. But you know what? God worked it out, and he allowed it to be a beautiful experience. Even though that came out, it was just still like, you know, just enough. So I want to say like that I kind of delivered Elijah pretty much with no pain medication. I delivered him naturally because I was able to move my legs and stuff, and I could feel everything, and that was kind of empowering. It was kind of like, whoa, I did that. I pushed my kid out, and I felt everything, you know, because with Aubrey I was just like pushing with my brain. I was like, am I pushing? Okay. But with him, I'm actually like, I pushed him out in like 3 minutes, okay? He was out because I could actually feel what I was doing, and I knew how to, like, you know, push and, you know, just get it all done. So yeah, that was like awesome, and it, you know, it worked out. Even though that clown epidural guy didn't do it right, God had my back, and he worked everything out, which was such a blessing. So I still ended up having an awesome experience, and it's just crazy because literally your delivery can go left or right, or you never know. You can never be all the way prepared for what's going to happen. So my advice to you ladies who haven't, you know, had any kids yet, or planning to have kids, or, you know, you're on your way to the hospital even now, just relax and just kind of like, you know, trust God, and just understand that everything is not in your hands. It's the baby's time, and all you can do is push and be present in the moment. So yeah, that was basically it. And now I have my beautiful baby boy. He was born 7 pounds and 6 ounces. Not quite comfortable, you know, showing him all the way yet, like, you know, on the video, but I will show you guys some pictures, and as he gets a little older, I'll definitely introduce you guys to him, so stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys commenting and subscribing, like all of my new subscribers out there. I love you guys, and now that I actually have some time, you guys will be seeing more of me. So yes, like I said, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the deal. I love all of you guys. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now.